Alright, we got that light.
And there's the code we're getting.
Alright. This is the diesel emission fluid metering unit. This is the last part of my after treatment system for the DEF system anyway that hasn't been replaced. It's remanufactured. It's $500. I was getting a code. There's an injector in here. It's right here. You know, I've had other videos where I've taken this thing apart and replaced and cleaned it out because they crystallize up inside here and different things happen to it. But I was getting a code for this injector, an electrical fault. And we checked the wiring out real close. There's not a problem with that. So I said, oh, well, I'll take this apart and I'll replace this injector. You can't get it. You got to buy the whole damn thing. Alright, so let's put this in and see what happens. Alright, there's the metering unit. We put it in. Of course, it didn't fix it. So there's only two things left. Wiring or the control module. The Freightliner guy tells me that the control module rarely ever goes bad. So we started digging the wiring harness apart, and this is what we found. Electrical problems are the worst. The absolute worst. And the hardest to find. But if you have some patience, an ohm meter, voltmeter, you can find them. And yeah, it's fixed. Let's roll. Alright, we are on a road test. To make sure we're okay. Verify our repair. Maybe we'll run down 295 for a little bit. So I can explain our diagnostic path a little bit of what we did with this. I mean, the reason I spent the $500 the other day on the DEF metering unit was because when we checked the wires out, they were all fine. Now, it was a kind of an intermittent problem. And after we checked everything was fine, there was nothing else it could be. Something's got to be intermittent in that metering unit. But as it turns out, the wire still had a couple strands inside connected, so it was making sign of an iffy contact, but after it would I guess put full signal through it, it wasn't enough and it was throwing a code. But just doing a static test, just sitting there in my parking lot, everything passed. Crazy how electrical problems can be a huge pain in the butt.
So we just filled up with diesel. All's well. I guess while I'm at it, I'd give you an update on the new truck. Today is March 6th, 2019. The truck was built on February 23rd. It was missing a piece. Through some connections I know somebody that works in the plant. How about that? So as I'm complaining about it, I get an email, gave me the stock number, so I gave him that number. He checked on it. He says, yep, it's built, sitting there. It was missing a piece on the exhaust. The trucks coming down the line presently have that piece, so when production releases that piece to me, I'll go put it on personally and expedite getting your truck to you. It was like, sweet. So, but you know, that could take another week or two. So we're gonna go back out in this truck for a couple weeks because, you know, we don't want to lose that revenue. And, you know, this truck runs great. It's a great truck. So those are all the updates. If I haven't seen any videos from me, I've been sitting here for a week thinking that my new truck was going to show up. It didn't. Followed the channels to get the find out what the story was. It turns out, you know, it's what I just told you. In the interim, I wasn't in a great big hurry to fix this because, you know what the hell, I was going to get my new truck and I just fix this at my leisure. But I didn't want to sit for a full month because that's, you know, that's a lot of revenue. And so I just didn't want to get too far behind. So we'll go back out in this. It's been a couple weeks. I'm trying to go to Texas. Trying to book a load to Texas right now. That works out. We'll head to Texas. We'll turn around. We'll head back. So we'll be gone for a couple weeks. Well, not a couple weeks. Looks like it's going to be about a 8-day turnaround this time. So it's cool. All's well. No engine lights. I think we fixed it. Gonna make sure there's no DOT check inspection on this rest area. It's on this side. I'll come back this way. If there is, I'll come back another way. Not that there's anything wrong with this or anything wrong with my logs, because there's not. It's just, you know, why poke the bear? So cool. That's what's been going on. Next video, we'll be on the road. Until next time, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Check out ProvostMotorsports.com, Provost Motorsports on Facebook. Ring the little bell so you get notified every time I put up a video.